Hello and welcome to Hannah's Inner Healing channel. Thank you so much for all those who have been watching, those who have been commenting and subscribing. I really appreciate you so much. Today we are going to talk about the role of a father to a child, and especially the boy child, and the effects of not having a father in a boy's life. Hello, and again, my name is Hannah Jerry. I have a background in Master of Divinity in Pastoral Studies, and I have a degree in Sociology and Political Science, and I also have a certificate in trauma counseling. I believe from the extensive research that I have studied and from some of my life experiences that these teachings will be helpful to people out here and they will be life transforming to you. That is my prayer today. Let's define who a father is. A father is very important to a child. A father is the male figure in a child's life. You see, when God created the earth, God, who is a father, defined the earth. He's the one who gave his DNA to creation. So it means the father defines creation. The father protects creation. The father provides for creation. The father is the priest of creation. So that is similar to what the earthly father is to a child. The earthly father is supposed to be a protector. The earthly father is meant to be a provider. The earthly father is meant to be a priest. The earthly father is supposed to provide comfort and security for a child. The earthly father is supposed to bring definition to a child by affirming the child. So the father gives validation to a child. And that's why it's important for a child to have a father. And in cases of children who don't have fathers, maybe they lost fathers or there was divorce, there should be efforts to ensure that there's a father figure in this child's life, be it a pastor, be it a relative, so that the child can be balanced emotionally. You see, for a child to be balanced emotionally, he needs the support of both a mother and a father. The mother plays the role of nurturing and an encourager, someone who helps to unmold the child. Like I said, we don't mold the child, but unfold the child. So the mother plays a big role to support the child to be who they are supposed to be and to nurture them. You see, in sociology, they say that we are all a product of nature and nurture. So it means who you are as a person, your DNA, and the environment around you shapes you. And also, to add one more from a spiritual perspective, the kind of family tree that you come from affects you. The generational things, the bloodline affects you, and it can also be overcome. So I want to talk about some of the effects of not having a father and how it affects a child. And in this case, a boy child. Number one, most boys who grew up without a father figure or a father in their lives, they end up seeking validation. And because of this, some of them can even be overachievers. You see, some of them who are outspoken, who are loud, can be overachievers and want to keep proving themselves to the world. Why? Because they are trying to get validation they didn't get when they were growing up. You see, when a child grows up in an environment which there is security and validation, they will not even want to seek validation from elsewhere because they will be confident in themselves that they are able to succeed in life. But a boy who didn't have a father figure will always even try to overachieve so that they can get the validation that they are someone, that they are important. Number two, a boy who grows up without a father can also end up to be a shy boy, especially if it's the quiet type of people, that type of personality where they shut down to themselves, or a phlegmatic. So what happens is they become shy. They are not able to voice out their needs. They are not able to voice out their opinion. And such men always end up attracting either elderly women older than themselves, or they end up attracting a woman who is controlling them and manipulating them. The other sign of a boy who has been also, lacked a father figure is some of them become very competitive in life. The ones who are outspoken, the sanguines and these types of personalities that are outspoken, they will be really competitive, wanting to compete with people. The root of this competition is trying to outdo people because they still feel they are not good enough. They lacked a father, closely connected to lacking validation in a father. Another thing that happens to a boy who has not grown up with a father is that they emotionally have outbursts and anger on frustrations because when they were growing up, they were bottling feelings. Why is my father not here? When children are young, they like to talk about, my mother did this, my father did this. But so if a child doesn't have a father, they'll either make fake stories or even now start getting angry. Why is my father not here? So they become emotionally unbalanced and they can easily get to fights. Another sign that a child has not even, or did not grow up with a father, a boy child, is they can easily get into crimes. They easily get into crimes because of the pain and the frustrations that they have in them, and also because they are not emotionally balanced. So it's easy for them to find themselves in crimes. In fact, research has shown that the 70% of children in the African American communities did not grow up with a father. The race that is fully in jail right now in America is the African community, because of the lack of a father figure. And also the lack of a father figure has really created gang culture, in that community. See, all because of a lack of a father figure. Another thing a boy does when they have not received the love or the attention of a father is they look for that love, they crave for that love. And at times, if they are the quiet boys, they can crave the love of a male figure. And in the end, they can end up going into even homosexuality, not knowing that they are getting into this, or they are attracted to older men because they are looking for a father figure. Another thing is, boys who have grown up without a father can also get into the promiscuous lifestyle. They are trying to sleep around gaining this love, or just to show they are domineering. When a man, some of these men who are broken, when they have sexual relations with women, they feel like they have conquered or they are domineered that woman. So they want to feel they are domineering other people because they have a very low self-esteem, so they can have multiple partners. They can also be mama's boy. If a boy grew up in the absence of a father and the mother was the one who was predominant and making decisions, then it means the boy can end up being so close to the mother to a point that the mother is making decisions for him, even in marriage, controlling his marriage, controlling his even social life. The boy can be someone who is not achieving much in life or driven. Because you see, the validation of a father drives a child. So the child feels they are not driven. Research has shown that most children who grow up without a father sometimes end up dropping out of university or college because they are not driven. There's no drive. There's no that zeal to succeed in life. Another thing is they become prone to, to all manner of abuse. Because if a child is without a father, they are looking for affection, then you'll meet older people or men who will abuse this child. So a father is very important in a child's life. And that's why single parent homes can never match up to the homes that are, with a father or the mother and a balanced home. It can never match up. So if you're a woman watching this, make sure that by the time you're looking for a man or to marry or someone to court, or you're a man watching this, by the time you're looking for a woman to court, check their backgrounds. Check how they grew up. Did they heal from the childhood trauma? Did they heal from the lack of father or mother figure? Because what happens is, when a child grows up without a father, not in all cases, so those who heal, they will be good fathers. But for those who don't heal, they might repeat the same pattern to their children. So their children will suffer the same consequences that this child suffered. Let me talk about how you can heal the father wound for a boy child. Number one, you can recognize the need for you to get a father figure. It's not too late to reparent yourself. Even as an adult, you can still reparent yourself. Remember, like the rings of a tree that never are separated from each other, the younger you is still in you. So you can still get a father figure who can speak into your life. And more so if it's a man of God or a man who has worked with God, someone who can speak with spiritual authority of their life as a father figure. But even as you're looking for and praying for a father figure, don't be so quick so that you don't get into an abusive situation again with a so-called father figure. You have to be careful who you choose as a father figure. Number two, you can notice the need and look for a counselor who can take you through, that pain that you had to go through of lacking a father. And once that pain heals, you determine that you can be a better father. Number three, how you can also reel from fatherhood is be a good father to your child. As you're fathering your child, you're refathering yourself. You're gaining back what it is that you lost as a child. As you're loving your children, the same love is being given back to you. The same love is being reciprocated back to you. So you're not a victim, you're a victor. Don't see yourself as a victim. Another thing you can do to fill the father void, you can join a support group of people where men support each other, where men speak their issues. And in such a forum, you can be able to freely express yourself. There are men groups in some churches or even some, sports club. Join a men group that is positive, a men group that will help you in your undertaking on healing on father issues. A father is very important in a child's life, and I would really, really recommend, if you're a father watching this program, if you have not been a good father, it's not too late. You can still heal and be a good father to your children. Bless your children. Speak blessing, spiritual blessings to your children. Don't curse your children. You see, words are energy. The words that you speak have the ability to create and to destroy. So speak good things to your children. Don't tell your children you're stupid like your mother. You're already cursing that child. You're already planting a seed of doubt in your child's life. Speak life to your child's life. Speak the words of growth to your child's life. Encourage your children. Be there for them in their extracurricular activities. Don't ever be too busy for your family, because you can have a father in a home, but if he's not absent, his absence in a child's life, then he's not there at all. Plan to be there in their sports game. Plan to make time to take them out on the weekend. Speak to your boy child. Mentor him so that he can grow up knowing that he had a father who loved him, and he won't have to suffer all the consequences of their bad things. So I thank God to those who are listening to this program. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and share this information. So the next episode will be discussing the role of a father to a girl child, and how the role of a father affects even how the girl child relates to the man, romantic relationship the girl will have in her future. Thank you for watching.